As a musician, you might have heard of the word modulation on more than one occasion, but what exactly is a modulation? What does it even mean? Modulation is defined as a change in tonal center, or a change from one key to another key. Most often, you will notice accidentals, which will clue you in on what the new key is. Here is where the piece modulates. Here are the accidentals that could serve to alert you that the piece has modulated. Let me show you the backbone of every key change, the circle of fifths. To begin the circle of circle of fifths, you start on C. C has no sharps or flats, which is why we start on C. Then we just jump every perfect fifth, C to G to D to A, and so on, in the order of the accidentals. Now that we've covered the circle of fifths, we'll go to the Baroque field of six. The Baroque field of six is based on the circle of fifths and is used as a guide-lid.
It's guideline.
A guideline to find the closely related keys. To find the closely related keys, you just jump forward a perfect fifth, jump back a perfect fourth, and take the relative minors for each of those and the original key. Your closely related keys may only be different by one accidental. So, spotting modulations can be pretty tricky. If you spotted any accidentals, the next step would be to find the chord that doesn't belong in the original key. Here is the first chord that is not diatonic to the original key. It's important to listen to the music while looking at the sheet music to understand what a modulation sounds like. Find the first chord that isn't diatonic to the old key. This chord is called the hamburger chord.
It's the harbinger chord.
After you find this harbinger chord, go back to the previous chord and see if that chord fits in both keys. If that chord does fit in both keys, congrats, you have a pivot chord.
It's chord.
Pivot chord modulation. Seriously, did you even edit this?
Well, if you had memorized your lines, maybe you wouldn't be having this problem. Ow.
Anyway, a pivot chord modulation generally has a pretty smooth transition thanks to the diatonic chord. So now that you know what a pivot chord modulation is, and how to find it, identifying the second type of modulation should be a pizza cake. The second type of modulation is called a chromatic modulation. The chromatic modulation is different from the pivot chord modulation because it has no pivot chord. This makes the transition from the old key to the new key far more sudden, shocking than the pivot chord modulation. Here's what it looks like and sounds like. There you have it! You may now go forth into the world and impress your peers with your knowledge on modulating to closely related keys. And remember folks, always edit the script.